Oh, God. Okay, wait. We gotta go this way. Alright, okay. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, this is so crazy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video. Today, I've got something very special for you. This is bizarre. About 2 years ago, I'm gonna try and muddle through my words here. I did a video where I played Guild Wars 1 in virtual reality. I had bought an early developer kit for the Oculus Rift, the dev kit 1. These are the new virtual reality headsets that have just had their first consumer version releases just come out very recently. Now, earlier this week, I got my consumer version 1 in the mail, and the main game, I must say, that is not a first-party VR game that I've wanted to play, has been Guild Wars 2. And for years I've wanted to make this video, and now finally here I am. Oh my, and the Ori was the first place I knew I wanted to come, so as weird as this might be, to do a video like this with no face cam, I really wanted to impress upon you guys just how ridiculous this is, and how far I think Guild Wars 2 has actually come. Oh my god, this is amazing! How far Guild Wars 2 has come as a product that actually makes it kind of vaguely-ish VR compatible. So after my first impressions here, we're gonna have a real talk about how far the game goes. We're gonna give it a rate and see how much we can actually see ourselves playing this thing in VR. The reason I do this video as well today is not only did I just get my Oculus Rift, but a third-party program known as Vorpex, some of you guys might have heard of it, actually just had its release for the consumer version. Look at how big the Asura Gate is over here. Just had its release for the consumer version, and so you can kind of play Guild Wars 2 in VR better as of 2 days ago than you ever have been able to be before. So I just kind of want to explore, first of all. I don't even know why I'm going to Lion's Arch, to be honest. It's just the gate looked so amazing. So for those that don't know what's going on here, I have a head-mounted display strapped to my face. My entire field of vision is Guild Wars 2, is Tyria. I am in Tyria at the moment. It does have its drawbacks. Maybe this is not the place to discuss the entirety of the pros and cons of the current generation of head-mounted displays. But this is so much better than the DK1, and oh, like, look at this art. Generally speaking, a far more immersive way to play the game. So, a couple of places I wanted to go, first of all, and I will just give you guys my reaction. Number 1 was, yes, the Ori in Divinity's Reach. Number 2 is here on... That feels weird going to the world map there, by the way. Number 2 is actually... Oh, we're over here. In Dry Top. Let's see if we can find it. I always want... No, this is the Silver Waste. Here we go. It's very hard, guys. It is Vinebridge Waypoint. This is one of the most beautiful areas of the entire game, in my opinion. And I've always wanted to come here in VR. This is going to be really cool. Oh, it's nighttime. Oh, but it's still so cool anyway. Oh, Jesus Christ. What? Oh, we can glide now. Are you ready? Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I don't want to look down. I don't particularly want to look down. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and like the rain, and it feels like it's sort of hitting my face a little. Oh, let's drop down. Okay, careful. Okay, all right, we're right. Gliding is easy in first person. What am I talking about? Also, of course, the Super Adventure Box is out at the moment. Let's go in SOB for a second. Oh my god. Okay, all right. I kind of want to turn my UI off. All right. Ah, this is amazing. This is so cool. All right, let me just look behind me here. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Alright, okay. The giant... Wow, guys, you have no idea how big that sun genuinely is. My goodness. That's like... That's, the example I usually give is that's bigger than my house. And that is far, far, far bigger than my house. I want to go in World 1. Oh, the door feels so good. Oh, okay, hold on. How do we pick the zone though? There we go. Oh, hello. Hello, sir. You are quite the interesting old man there with your monocle. It's very nice to meet you. Oh, he's so cool. Oh, and he takes his hat off to us. See, I'd never noticed that before. Oh, man, this is cool. See, this is encouraging me to look at all these different areas I never really have before. Hold on. Yeah, zone 1. Oh, I've never been here even on this character. Oh, apparently we have guild chat stuff going on, and I didn't even realize. And you'd think that the walls in the background would look kind of weird, but it's totally fine. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I'm scared of some pits of doom. Oh, hello, Mr. Snake. Hello. Oh, don't attack me. Oh, he explodes much bigger than I thought he would. Oh, that combat speed boost was kind of weird there. Wow, look at how high this is. How the hell do we jump this high? This is mental. Oh, okay. All right, we're good. Oh, That felt kind of bad. That made me feel a little bit sick, actually, there. Yes! Oh, God, careful. Up. Oh, no, I missed. All right, that's fine. Oh, here it is. Okay. I would never oh my God, that felt like we weren't going to make that there, guys. I would never in a million years be able to do trib like this. Hello. Oh, maybe I would. Maybe. Probably not, though. Oh, I just want to lay down in these flowers. Okay. All right, enough SAB. What the hell? Oh my God. All right, I've known I wanted to do this for a while. All right, here we go. We're gonna glide. We're gonna glide off here. This is my favorite bit to glide in all of Heart of Thorns. Oh, look at. Oh no. Okay. All right. Oh God, we're like in Roots. Where are we? I don't know where we are. Oh God. Okay, there we go. All right, we've broken through. We've broken. It's fine. Oh man, look at this though. See, you can critique Heart of Thorns all you want, guys, but they did build some fucking beautiful maps. Oh, we landed. Oh, I want to go again. Oh, damn. Catacombs are extra spooky, guys. All right, let's go. I'm kind of intimidated. First of all, you will have noticed, I'm really not... Wow, look at you. Look, hello. You can right up in my face, bro. You're looking cool. Immediately, I'm probably not going to be able... Look at this. It's all dark and crazy. This feels like the first time I realized I could play Guild Wars 1 without the compass on, and suddenly I would appreciate so... Oh, what the hell? Oh, hi, Ritlock. I would appreciate so much more of the environments. Oh, my goodness. Excellent stuff. All right. One more place. Oh, yes. Okay, nice. The swamps. And, like, the mist in the swamp feels so good. All right, let's try and kill an A-bomb. Let's try and do some combat, shall we? Here we go. It would only make... Oh, my God, he's so big. All right, hello. All right, we're going to block, because this is basically pure muscle memory I'm going on right now. Oh, my God. Okay, all right, I'm leaning back as much as I can. Okay, he's dead. Ah, the shield. All right. Okay, all right. I just wanted to go to the pretty area with the water here in Timberline Falls. So now that I've played a bit, guys, I don't know how much of that I'm going to cut out. Mostly it was me in utter silence and astonishment. Not really saying very much. So, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about how this is possible, a little bit about the way that this works, specifically when it comes to VR for Guild Wars 2. Now, a couple of people have covered this a little in the past. I've always been quite a big... I'm going to take the headset off here. Oh my God, okay, all right. The game really does not look that good right now. Okay, I've actually been a big enthusiast of VR for a while now. And specifically, when it comes to Guild Wars 2 and VR, honestly, it's not really a match made in heaven, or at least I've never really assumed it to be a match made in heaven. Let's zoom out to third person here as well. I've never really assumed it to be a match made in heaven. But I think there is actually a lot of merit to it now, and a lot of things that people generally won't consider, okay? So, 2 years ago, I did that video of Guild Wars 1. You guys should be seeing a little bit of that footage in the background right now. And on this video, I mentioned that Guild Wars 2 would basically never be good for VR for 3 main reasons. Now, those 3 main reasons are as such. Number 1, there was no way of changing the FOV in Guild Wars 2, and you need a very high field of vision so that when you strap the screen in front of your face, it actually feels natural and comfortable because you get a good window into the world, okay? I said that was reason number 1, that Guild Wars 2 wouldn't work. Reason number 2 was back then, Guild Wars 2 had no first-person camera. And reason number 3 is ArenaNet have not allowed us to change the user interface in this game to make it particularly playable. So let's fast forward now to 2016, where we are today. And some of these experiences I just had, and actually things are looking a little bit better. One of these points I addressed is still sort of half a problem. Another of these points ArenaNet did address, and the third they haven't. So, first, FOV. Now, funnily enough, back then, 2 years ago, what I didn't realize was you could play Guild Wars 2 in a windowed mode instead of full screen, and by manipulating the dimensions of your screen, especially with multiple desktops, you actually could simulate whatever the hell FOV you wanted, and you could, in theory, get a decent FOV for VR, even before they added what's far more important now. If we try and get to it in the menu, it's kind of hard to control the mouse right now. I'm controlling the mouse by moving my forehead to move the head tracking right now, which is kind of weird. But of course, as we all know, they did actually add the ability to go into, I believe it's under general settings actually, into first person, enable first person camera. This has been huge. It is not that VR games cannot exist unless they are first-person games. I actually am a big believer in VR experiences that aren't first-person. In fact, one of the launch titles for the Oculus Rift is a third-person game. But without a strong sense of stereoscopic 3D, which Guild Wars 2 cannot give you right now, I'll explain a bit more on that in a second, really you do want that first-person. So ArenaNet came through there. First-person we can do. Field of view is also adjustable now, so that they can also do. As you can see, I've got my field of view maxed out. You're going to want to do that. The final problem, though, is the user interface. Now, on this video you guys have been watching here. All right, I'm going to go back in. We're going to do it. We're going to run around Lion's Arch in VR while I do it. It's just too cool. All right, there we go. Oh, we're looking so close to the floor now. All right, now what you guys are seeing here is a perfectly full-screen, regular view of the game. But that's because the way that I've captured this game footage has allowed me to sort of mirror the image, and you guys are just sort of getting a different version of it. You're not actually what's getting sent to my eyes. Now, with how I see the game through these this head-mounted display, really I can't make out much of the user interface at all. I have to, like, really squint to be able to see my skills, and particularly that chat box in the bottom left, I can see that people have been whispering me. I have no idea what they've said. So, really what you need is a Guild Wars 1 style UI customization tool. People have wanted this in Guild Wars 2 for so many reasons. Oh, this feels so cool jumping. I'm going to glide. Like, I butt clench as I go up. I literally do. I sit higher up on my chair as I glide. That's so kind of cool. People have wanted it for a myriad of reasons. I desperately want UI customization for this reason now, too. You know, if you could customize the UI better, you could throw the UI into the middle of the screen. You could, say, set it to a large interface mode down here on graphics. See, I've got it set to small. By going larger, for example, it can alleviate the problems. In fact, that's way better for me right now. That's way better. I can see my skills and my health much better there. So this will only ever get you so far. There's so much of the game, you know, you're never going to be participating in any kind of real combat outside of just killing random ambience around the world. But even that's a pretty good step up. Another thing that ArenaNet... Another thing... See, here's the thing about VR, guys. This may seem stupid, but VR makes the most basic and, you know, uninteresting of props in the environment. Like these barrels suddenly seem really immersive and cool. Like, really immersive. Alright, the other thing that ArenaNet have done is what you've been watching on this screen, actually, with the release of Heart of Thorns that's done so much for the game. That's action camera. So a lot of people, when I'm streaming and I use this, a lot of people ask me what this crosshair is in the center of my screen is. It's action camera, and all the features that they've added that supports and bolster up action camera are all really useful for VR. The fact I can auto attack and swing my sword here like this, just like Colin Johansson said I would never be doing. Yeah, this is really good just from left clicking, so I don't need loads of muscle memory on loads of different keybinds to use my mouse and keyboard. In fact, playing Guild Wars 2 on a console controller, which is much better for VR, would allow me to stand up in my room here and actually spin around 360 degrees instead of sitting down. That's all going to do so much for your motion, and that's like a hidden 0.4, and that's actually something that Guild Wars 2 has done that means if you guys are actually considering getting a Gen 1 headset, a Gen 2, Gen 3, when this really starts to get a bit more mainstream, Guild Wars 2, it's not going to take too much hammering to... Like, look at the water up there! It's not going to take much to really start impressing people. And I think that those are some big changes, and that's why you're seeing this video today from me, because seeing those changes all together, though Guild Wars 2 still isn't perfect, it actually gets a lot further than it ever has in the past. And I think that the game deserves some kudos for that. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Those of you who have tried this before, maybe there are a few of you out there, may feel like I'm being a bit disingenuous. See, like, I just want to sit here. This is cool. This is like I'm on holiday and we're at a beach and there's these big shadows coming down around us and we're taking shade from the sun, and yes, I'm well aware that it's nighttime out there. Some people might think that my experience is a little disingenuous. Right now, what's blowing me away is just the scale of the screen being very close to me, being able to look around, turn my head physically in the real world, and actually have that look me around in Tyria. There's no stereoscopic 3D here, though. So this could be a far more immersive, far more pronounced effect, but I don't get the pleasure of stereoscopic 3D. Now, why don't I get that? That's because in order to get this experience here, I'm using Vorpex, which just had an update. There is something called Virtual Desktop you can use, which would allow you to simulate the in-game stereoscopic 3D. So if you see this here, enable stereoscopic rendering. However, I never managed to get that work. I do know a couple of people who managed to do that in Guild Wars 2. So you can have Guild Wars 2 in VR with the 3D. It's just you lose out on some of the other benefits like the head tracking. Maybe one day this software will actually push us to a place where third-party games, not first-party VR experiences, can have all of it at once. But until that's been sorted, I actually don't get the stereoscopic 3D, so that's a bit of a problem. The other thing that makes this not sunshine and rainbows is actually a really good place that we're stood right now. We're in Lion's Arch, okay, where there's tons of players. I'm recording this. I'm mirroring the image onto my main desktop. I'm doing a lot to render this to my head-mounted display. Guild Wars 2 is already a game that doesn't give you many great frames, and as you can see down here, I'm only at 45 frames a second. Really? For a really, really immersive present VR experience, you want to be hitting 90 frames, not 60, 90 frames a second. That's what is basically being recommended to us. That's what our head-mounted displays are capable of hitting. And Guild Wars 2 is not an easy game to hit that at the best of times. So, you know, you can go to somewhere where there's really not much detail, say Province Shore here. Oh, this should be really cool to look out against the lakes. You could say go to the Province Shore. And, actually, that's not as impressive as I kind of wanted it to be. And, you know, when you're looking at a scene like this, your frames are going to go up. But still here, I'm only at 80, all right? I'm only at 80, and I'm on a pretty beastly rig right now. A lot of you guys won't even be hitting 60 in a lot of places. I do have some tips. If anybody wants to do this, it's probably a bit foolish to do tips, I guess, because there's so few people that will actually have these head-mounted displays at the moment. But still, I've learned over my years of playing this game a lot of things about what is the true FPS drag for the least improvement, the least benefit. And I can tell you straight away, turn off your reflections, turn off your shadows. Also, I would recommend turning off post-processing, but that's for different reasons, really. And depth blur as well. Simulating depth blur, you really don't need while you're in VR. Also, actually having a large interface size can sometimes improve your frames as well. So I'd at least recommend that, but even here, you're seeing my frames aren't that great. If you really want to do a good demo of some beautiful places in Tyria, you're going to find they might cost you a lot on the frames as well. Some of the best places you get frames are dedicated little instances that the devs have built. Let's go to the Black Citadel here. That the devs have built that aren't big instances. So I'm talking dungeons. And specifically as well, if you turn reflections and shadows off, the Super Adventure Box is it's no coincidence I went in there at the start of this video to test out and play around. Because SAB, I consistently get 144 frames when I'm not running in VR mode. 144 frames all the time in there. And so, you can pretty much guarantee that you'll get good frames in a place like SAB. And though it's got more simplistic art style to it, it's actually okay. Guild Wars 2 also, I think, is probably a good game for VR because they go with the more artistic kind of painterly style instead of like ultra high detail all the time. Ultra sharp, very busy scenes. Now, yes, they sometimes do that. But basically, the clearer, the more clarity and the... I don't want to say more artistic, the aesthetic of the game is. But the more clear the areas are, the better when it comes to VR at the moment because... the resolution you view is essentially halved between your eyes, and a lot of that ultra-high detail you get anyway is kind of lost on you. But again, maybe these are discussions for sort of generic VR title stuff. I want to go to the hatchery. Where is it? Here we go. This is it. Oh, the best thing about this is look it up, guys, honestly. All right. Wait, is this the entrance to the hatchery? I have no idea. I think I'm a little bit lost. Anyway, you guys get the picture. Your frames would improve if you went to a place like that, okay? So, yeah, you're going to need a very powerful rig. I just took the headset up again. You're going to need a very, very, very powerful rig if you want to do this. Further, you're not going to get stereoscopic 3D with it, and this may not even, through Vorpex at least, be particularly compatible with stuff like reshade and stuff, so you're going to be losing graphical fidelity there as well. And I know that there's a lot of people, MMOs, okay? MMOs are going to be one of those experiences, one of those genres of gaming that people will most think about when they think of VR, right? As VR gets more titles, as it starts to stick to mainstream gaming more and more over time, you're going to see people looking for that Sword Art Online experience, okay? And VR and MMOs are going to be where people are looking. And I do think Guild Wars 2 is one of the top dogs. It is one of the top contenders for active, populated, well-updated, beautiful MMOs out there. And yeah, it's a few steps away. It doesn't have the first-party support for VR, obviously, which would be far better. It can be very difficult to get stereoscopic 3D in there, which is really important. But just using something like Vorpex or Virtual Desktop, I actually think this is a really good contender for one of the best VR MMO experiences you can get right now. And I'm surprised to hear myself saying that, given how how far down the totem pole I would consider Guild Wars 2 have to been. I honestly went into this a couple of days ago. Oh, look at this. See, right now the frames feel really good, right? And we're basically at 90. This feels really good right now. I would never have expected myself to have been saying that to you guys. I really wouldn't have. And when I started a couple of days ago, I kind of thought of myself, I thought I was going to go into this video just to try it out. It would be a bit of a gimmick, but I wouldn't play it too much. But it is at the point, and this is what I'm going to leave you guys with. Oh my god, yeah, let's go into Cragstead. This is what I'm going to leave you guys with before I go off exploring even more. I could actually see myself not doing anything intensive, not doing any PvP, not doing any World versus World, though that would be quite hilarious. I could see myself leveling 1 to 80 quite comfortably. And even playing through the Heart of Thorns story stuff. That would get quite difficult, I think, at that point. But I could see myself doing it. There's nothing in this game that forcefully takes control of your camera too often. There aren't too many cutscenes. There aren't too many things that really encourage a lot of VR sickness. Oh, my God. So I really think and look at the snow. So I really think it could work. If I ever get stereoscopic 3D working, you guys might expect another video. Or let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. I will say there is a 4-part series on the Visualwood channel where the very first time I ever put this headset on are available for you guys to watch. It's not me playing Guild Wars 2. This took a little bit of work to get going. But it is me playing some of the regular VR experiences. They'll appear in a link in the description, a link in the end slate. You guys can check those out if you like. Because it's certainly a lot of fun. But this has been exceeding my expectations. In the most wonderful voice. So thank you very much for watching, guys. My little pet project recently. For now, I'm just a happy little nerd in his bedroom, but also in Tyria. I'll see you guys next time. Straight up, you need 3 USB slots. You need one for the headset, one for the wireless Xbox One controller adapter, and one for the camera. And it's USB 3 slots. It's asking for everything except the Xbox controller. It definitely has that same thing that the Dev Kit 1 had, which was like the sweet spot thing, where it's blurry as all ass. Hello. Oh, and I feel so much taller than you. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The height adjustment. Yeah. This is why I'm playing a human instead of my Asura, because you actually feel very low to the ground if you play an Asura. But